Hello everyone, today I wanted to show something a little different with the SNE and follow on from some aspirant material on mech testing. The main aim in this video is to highlight the difference between total consistent latency and inconsistent latency. The main message from the material I will focus on is consistency matters, and the following test cases will highlight this issue. Let's start by looking at some unimpaired gameplay footage. For those that are not familiar with VR, the ability to turn your head and have the field of view update in real time is critical to gameplay. Throughout these tests, we will be keeping an eye on the frame rate, the visual quality of the objects on screen, and the immersive field of view. Here we have a consistent delay and a small drop applied in each direction. On the left we have a round trip delay of 10 milliseconds, and on the right we have a round trip time of 30 milliseconds. Even with the higher round trip time, the game is still playable. We have some lag, but things are still relatively smooth. It is only when we let our delay become excessive and up to 40 milliseconds we start to see a dramatically reduced user experience. We can no longer turn our head smoothly, and the animations on screen have started to lag behind. In conventional gaming, this would just frustrate the user, but in VR it can cause motion sickness. Now let's take a slightly different scenario that reflects some real-world network conditions and introduce inconsistency to the traffic. This is the 5G network model in the SNE containing delay, jitter and drop. Using timeline, it creates a live network that constantly varies in performance. Each timeline scene is a snapshot of a real 5G network and will vary the settings of the impairment shown every second. As you can see from the footage, the gameplay starts off well, but as it intensifies, the user experience begins to degrade. Watch the edge of the video, you can start to see the field of view being affected the more frequently I turn my head. If I bring this up side by side with the unimpaired footage, the difference becomes clear. At this point, it is not just turning the head that causes issues. The damaged ship animation is lagging behind and the combat has become nearly impossible. If customer testing only focuses on static delay and drop values, then those tests are not reflecting the real conditions of the network. Once maximum latency falls below a certain level, the consistency of the conditions becomes a defining factor in user experience. To finish, let's compare the consistent and inconsistent scenarios side by side. Both sets have the same maximum delay values, but the inconsistency of the real-world network produces a vastly reduced user experience. The SNE is well suited to test these requirements, as our network models allow users to create dynamic, reproducible test cases that will accurately recreate networks. Thank you for your time, and I hope this has been useful.